Oh man, so my presentation is definitely not that funny. So my name's Evan, I'm the founder of Peak Yogurt. We make the first triple cream yogurt. And triple cream means more milk fat, and I mean a lot more milk fat. Our yogurt has 17% milk fat. It's also made with much less sugar and great organic grass-fed dairy. So this company was really born out of my own journey to improve my diet. And I found I felt best and performed best when I ate less sugary foods and replaced those foods with those rich and nourishing traditional animal fats. And that's where I think the whole country is headed. Fat is back in a big way, and more people than ever are trying to avoid added sugar. So with that in mind, I think it's useful to categorize yogurt by these big nutritional buckets: sugar, protein, and fat. Conventional yogurt is sugar yogurt, and that's everything from Noosa to brown cow to Yoplait. And of course, protein yogurts are big as well. That's been the massive growth over the last 10 years. So Greek yogurt and Icelandic yogurts. But there is a third category which I think is unexplored, and that's where Peak Triple Cream comes in. Of course, full-fat dairy is already a growing category. If you look at Wallaby Greek yogurt, which is the best-selling organic yogurt, and compare the non-fat to the whole milk variety, the sales are about the same, but the whole milk product is growing at 4x that of the non-fat. And of course, butter is on a massive resurgence after languishing for half a century. Of course, people are abandoning margarine, and no millennials eat that anymore, so that's on its way out. And just look at the bulletproof coffee trend and all these ghee companies. But in yogurt, no one has yet taken full advantage of milk fat or cream as a central ingredient. And that's what Peak Yogurt intends to do with the triple cream concept. So there's three big reasons why triple cream is a great idea. And the first is taste. And if you have a tongue or a mouth and you taste this stuff, I trust you'll understand. The second is nutrition. Milk fat or cream from grass-fed cows is a superfood. And if you haven't heard about vitamin K2, trust me, you will. Third is energy. Peak yogurt is satiating in a way that nothing else is. So I think it's important to understand that high-fat foods are already common, many are perceived as healthful, and they're delicious. So avocados contain 15% fat. It's not that crazy to go from avocados to triple cream yogurt with 17% fat. Just nobody's done it yet. So for the past year, we sampled and sold to hundreds of individuals, dozens of offices, and one restaurant. And the response confirmed that we had indeed created something special. So we decided to take the next steps to create a real business. We've created a bold and iconic brand, and we have 4 SKUs ready for launch. In 5-ounce cups, we have plain, vanilla, and strawberry, and these will retail for around $2.69. And we also have a plain in a 16-ounce tub, which will retail for around $6.39. We also have a great co-packer, and we just wrapped up our 4th full-scale production batch. So this last batch was used to fulfill around 300 pre-orders from a crowdfunding campaign we did last fall. That raised $17,000. And the response has been overwhelmingly positive. One thing that surprised us is that the demographics of our backers cover an incredible range. And we actually now have hundreds of rabid fans who are upset that they can't buy more Peak yogurt immediately. We've also raised $200,000 in equity funding. We're working with 2 distributors in the Bay Area, Dairy Delivery and Indie Food Hub. Together they cover over 500 accounts. And our next step is to sell into 100 accounts in the Bay Area, and we launch in January. Thank you.
Ooh, have to lower that. You guys got to try it. What do you think?
It's freakishly delicious. I mean, really, really good. Really good. I think my question is this dessert or is this an everyday thing? Because I'm a little mind-bended by the just creaminess of it.
Yeah, a lot of people compare it to ice cream. I really think it's an everyday thing. So the flavored varieties have 6 grams of added sugar, which is like a third or a fourth of a normal sweetened yogurt. So I think it's something you can eat day in and day out. You can feel good about eating it. The milk fat is super nourishing. 1 cup has 250 calories, so it can really serve as a meal replacement for breakfast.
What's milk protein concentrate? and why is it in the product?
Yeah, so milk protein concentrate is basically concentrated skim milk. So this is our strain variety. So in a sense, we concentrate the milk protein and the milk fat in the form of cream separately, and then we culture them. And the benefit of that is you avoid this acid whey that's generated from conventional Greek yogurt, and then you also don't have the wasted milk fat, which comes out in most whole milk strained yogurts. So it's actually a big sustainability environmental benefit. There might be some education with the milk fat, or the milk protein concentrate. A lot of people haven't heard of it, but I think it's something we can educate people on. People know about the acid whey issue with Greek yogurt, so it's something we're prepared to talk about.
What's your number one turner of your 3 5-ounce flavors? And have you thought about combining the concept with like a flips, you know, I'm missing a crunch. It's so rich, it's
Right.
delicious, but I want something to kind of balance out.
So to be clear, we haven't launched in stores yet. We haven't launched the flavors. I think the vanilla is probably the winner. People love that one. I suspect it will be our best seller. I don't know, I've looked at these companies that do yogurt plus oats and plus other stuff. I have mixed feelings about it. I have mixed feelings about putting other stuff in it or on top of it. We'll see what we can do with, you know, maybe some granola kind of cross merchandising stuff. I'm not sure. I think people are already used to buying yogurt, especially in the tubs, putting granola in it, making a smoothie out of it. So, but we'll see how people end up using it.
Why, considering how delicious and decadent it is, did you think about a smaller cup size?
I did, and so that's like a short-filled cup. It's normally a 5.3 ounce. I short-filled it to 5.0. I couldn't find a cup I liked that was smaller. I think 4.5 ounces would be ideal, but I think 250 calories is a good, solid amount. A tub of Noosa has like 280, 300 for the full sugar ones, and I know people rip through those left and right, so I feel good about the serving size. Some people may not be able to finish it, but I think that's what we got.
2 quick questions. Is there more of a story, like you have mountains on the logo and the name is Peak, is there more of a story? Because the history of yogurt, at least if you look back over the last several, you know, successes in yogurt, it was Greek, it was Australian, there's some creation story that usually deals with where the yogurt recipe came from. So that's one part of the question. Is there a story? Is it sweet enough? Is it the other, is my other question, because Noosa, which has created a lot of excitement around full flavor yogurt, which happens to have more fat, a lot of their best sellers are quite sweet. These seem deliberately unsweet. Do you think they're sweet enough?
30 seconds.
Okay.
Sorry to
So the
interrupt.
first part of the question, yeah, there's a lot of my own sort of personal story baked into the brand. I'm a climber. I sort of grew up in the mountains. I kind of tested just refinements to my own diet in the mountains, on the cliffs, like under, you know, trying to perform for 18 hours at a time. The second part of the question is, I deliberately put less sugar than I think some people will want. I don't want to be seen as like a super premium Noosa competitor. So I think this is really targeted at the people who want to avoid added sugar, and that initial niche is going to be important to really win with. I'm open to adding a gram or 2 more later, you know, to kind of open it up, but right now I want to really focus on that core base that wants to avoid as much added sugar as possible.
Awesome. Well, thank you
Cool.
so
Thanks a lot.
much.
Delicious.
Great job.